Several of you guys had questions on the cost of our beef and various other questions, and so I thought today I would do a follow-up video on all of that stuff. So here's the details on it. Several of you commented about the quantity of meat that we have out there, and I will admit it is a lot of meat, but we were kind of expecting to have a little bit more meat than what we did. But I will admit that once we got our freezer full, I was like, oh my gosh, that is a lot of meat. But luckily, if meat is frozen and packaged like ours is in that plastic wrap and kept in a freezer at 0 degrees, it can actually keep for 2 or even 3 years. So now on to the total cost it took to raise him. The first cost, of course, was buying him, and we spent $250. And then the next cost that we had was that we bought one bag of milk replacer. It was a smaller bag. I think it cost around $50. We basically used that milk replacer for the in-between times when we didn't quite have enough goat milk to feed him. Otherwise, we raised him up on goat milk. I did not include the cost of the goat milk in there, and if I would have, that kind of would have slightly raised the cost a little bit. The next cost we had was the alfalfa, and it's a little bit hard to figure out exactly precisely how much we fed him, but as what I did is I averaged that he ate about 1/3 of a bale a day, and we didn't feed him every single day that we had him, but we fed him, I'd say, at least 120 bales throughout the time we had him. And since we grow our own alfalfa, our bales cost us about $2 a bale. And so that worked out to about $240. Okay, and then the cost of round bales, that was a little bit hard to figure too, because we bought the round bales and then we fed him and we fed the goats. But what I did is I figured up the total cost of all the round bales we bought, and then I figured his part as being 2/3 of that cost, and so his total cost of that was $300. Let's see, the feed, when he was younger, we fed him calf pellets and a little bit of sweet feed here and there, and again, that's kind of hard to figure because we also feed our goats sweet feed, and so I didn't really separate his bag and their bag and all of that, so I had to really think about how much I fed him and kind of average it all out. And then towards the end, we started feeding him calf cubes to kind of supplement him because we kind of went through a drought during the time we had him, and our pasture was really bad, and so we did that just basically as a supplement. So anyway, I counted up all of the bags total that we fed him, and it was 25 bags. And what I did is I basically averaged out the cost of the bags, and it came out to about $13 a bag, because there was some bags that cost a little more than that, and then there were some bags that cost way less. Like, for example, our sweet feed cost like around $9 a bag. I think I figured it on the more expensive side. So anyway, the total feed that we fed him was $325. And then the mineral, he went through 4 bags of mineral, and that cost $72. And so the overall cost of feeding him was about $1,237, and that is for a year and basically 10 months that we had him. Okay, and then the processing fee was $580, and so that total came up to $1,817, and then there was 671 pounds, and so the total divided out came to $2.70. And I don't really think that is bad at all. And also, it's awesome because I'm pretty sure that the meat is going to last us way longer than a year. Somebody wanted to know more about the specific costs of the processing, and first of all, they charged a byproduct charge of $25, and then they charged a kill charge of $25, and then the actual processing was 69 cents a pound. And so that came up to $462, and then they charged $6 for tenderizing part of it, and then they charged 50 cents per pound for patties, and we got 30 pounds of patties, so that was $15. Looking back on that, I wish I would have said a little bit more, like maybe I would have gotten more like 50 or 75 pounds of patties. But at the time, I was just a little bit concerned about the cost, and I wasn't exactly sure, so I didn't want to make it cost any more than I had to. And then they added tax on there of $45, and then, of course, like I said before, the total amount came to like $579.38. And so that's basically all of the costs broken down. Now there's one last question, and that somebody wanted to know if we were sharing it with Dylan or if he took any of it home. And yes, of course, we're planning on sharing with Dylan. He didn't take any home at the time because he said his freezers are jam-packed full, and so he's got to work to kind of use some stuff up really quick. And he also said that he has some store-bought meat, and he knew that if he brought some of our meat home with him that he wouldn't use up the store-bought meat. So he's wanting to do that first, and then he's going to come pick some up. And anytime he needs meat, he's going to come here and get some. You know, he's more than welcome to, because he helps us out all the time, and that was the plan. So yes, he will be getting meat. And of course, we're also planning to share with my mom. That pretty much wraps up the video for today. I just basically wanted to answer some questions and go over the costs more in detail. So if you guys have any more questions, let me know and I will answer them. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.